Welcome to the
Brodies.
And we're back
At the Brodies.
A bunch of bros. Hey, Sean.
I was waiting for Slim. I didn't say his part. I was being a good friend.
We're not on Zoom. What is this exactly?
StreamYard. We're on
in the yard. You can see in the yard.
Oh, we're in the yard. We're cool. Okay. We're in the yard. Yard boy.
Yeah, sorry, John. I dropped the ball on that one. I was trying to figure out, like, am I going with Zoom today? Like, I dropped the ball.
Don't pass Slim the ball. He's gonna drop it. Don't pass him the ball. Just he don't get to play. Just screen. You just call the screen. You just run the screen, buddy.
Man,
to be fair, you didn't practice before the show started, so you can't expect him to know what he doesn't know.
Yeah.
On behalf of my lawyer, B. Anthony, thank you.
B. Anthony giving me real auntie vibes right now with the way the blanket's over him.
Let's get to it. I'm Mr.Brown. He said his name already.
Yeah, Cash dropped the ball on that one.
I do drop the ball, man. Hey.
You gotta be with it. And today we're gonna talk about milestones. We got a very special episode reflecting on people celebrating milestones and then getting in trouble for celebrating milestones. But also just, we're getting old, people. There was a recent article that came out that said that there's a new subsect of millennials called geriatric millennials. And immediately when I read this article, I knew it had to be white people because I would never call myself geriatric at all. At all, America. I've already put on record I'm an OAM. I'm an old ass millennial, and that's what I call myself, and that's what B. Anthony is. He's an old AM as well, and we embrace that. We are not geriatric. We are not geriatric. But we did reminisce. This past weekend, I realized that I had graduated from college 15 years ago. And then B. Anthony realized he had graduated from high school 20 years ago. And I'm like, God damn, when did we become the old niggas in the party?
I graduated college 2013. Am I old?
No, nigga.
Clearly, you know the answer to that is no. This is why he gets mad at you.
But it's been a while. It's like 8 years. That's a lot. That's 2 high school terms. Like, that's college twice. Like, Nah.
So Slim, what are your milestones?
I don't know if I have.
It's been 10 years since I got out the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be trying to get me back on the block, but I've been out 10 years strong. Trying to stay clean.
America, I have no idea what he's talking about. Not one clue what he's talking about. If it's a rap lyric, I can catch on. But if it's my personal, I have no idea what he's talking about. America.
Sidebar, I have a question. I was in your neck of the woods, and I was telling my friend about Ninja Man, and she asked a very good question. How did he find out about the podcast to begin with?
Oh, I mentioned it to him.
So
I'm not promoting us at the gas station, Subway, anywhere. Listen, we need podcasts to the Brodies. And we, I ain't seen him. He's been kind of laying low lately. I ain't seen Ninja Man. I'm pretty sure.
I just want you to.
Yeah.
I was in Largo this weekend, and I was scared for my life. And she's trying to figure out why I kept looking around trees, bushes. And I had to tell her the story.
Yo,
it was very, very bad.
He's like
it was bad.
He's a legend. He's like Zelda out here, man.
You just have to ask him: does he have social media to actually see it? If he just hears us, then we're good.
I will ask him, does he have Instagram? I'm
like, if he actually seeing pictures of us, then it's like, okay, it's kind of I need to get plastic surgery. But if he just listens to us, all right, it's cool. That's fine. You don't know what we look like. I could be out in the street.
Like, man, you got social media? He probably gonna be like, hell no, no social media. You got something. Like, you gotta have something.
Really. You know he on TikTok. He out there dancing,
doing ninja shit, doing with nunchucks, doing ninja shit with the sword.
No, he busted that 21 top Savage. He got that chopper going side to side. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing, man. And we're missing a very big milestone. The Brodies have made over 100 episodes of the Brodies Podcast. 100 episodes.
That is a milestone in itself. Wow.
Milestone.
100 episodes ago, the three of you got together and decided to start a podcast.
Well, technically, 100 episodes ago, it was me and Brown. Slim was out doing Slim things and couldn't show up. But then Slim came and joined us.
You know what? We're not bringing that Joe Budden energy into this podcast.
No, I just didn't want to put Slim's business out there. That's why.
You kind of did, though.
I said you was doing Slim things. Nobody knows what Slim things mean.
I don't know what that even means.
So good. Nobody knows.
You know what? We're gonna get contracts on what we are going to share and what not we're going to share on air.
Yeah, that's no fun. We're not doing that. We're not doing what we're going to share.
It ain't no fun. The homies get some. That's what the
as long as I get 97% and you guys each get one, we're cool. Profit shares. No, that's not how it works.
And this is where we break up.
So now that he's off the show, looks like we have a new Brodies set up.
All right.
In the words of 21 Savage, I'm gonna let that chopper go side to side.
Oh shit!
Look who's
that was funny.
Oh shit! You made your hand over the mic.
Yo, you can't spit. Hand it over.
Yo, but yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Episodes. It's been an amazing time that we've actually done 100 episodes, because that would be like, even if you did one episode a week for a whole year, that's still 2 years of time that you've invested into it. So thank you for all those who rock with us as we hit these milestones, because you got to see us grow. Hopefully you got to see growth throughout this process as we're becoming boys to men. And that's why we're talking these milestones right now. Like Cass is about to get married. I done got divorced and got married.
I'm mad he started it with that.
Y'all don't realize, America, I wasn't even divorced when it started. I was just separated and bitter.
I can, yeah.
Yeah.
Strong on the bitter side.
I can't say, like, looking back over 100 episodes, just like starting from episode 1 to now and just moving forward, like there has been growth in all four of us in certain ways. Even when I listen to like old episodes, I hear like how much we have grown from like the first stages to now. And like to do a podcast over 100 episodes and for us to still be tight and close as we are, you know, that's a win in itself. You know, I don't think you find too many people that can hold that grip for that long. But for us, like, we definitely have a strong foundation, and it's definitely like a brotherhood amongst the four of us. So, and I think just like Brown said, shout out to the listeners, the people who follow us, listen to us, and things like that. Like, it's definitely for you guys. You know, it's definitely for you guys who we do it for. So it's been fun. I'm looking to the next 100 episodes to see what happens, and hopefully this grows in ways we can't even imagine. So kudos. I will
say, Bryan, I believe Bryan probably took this thing to the next level when he came on. You could just tell it was a different voice that was needed. And it just brought a different energy to the three of us, since it was like the unknown, where I didn't even know what to expect from Bryan, but it was still just like that good unknown, if that makes sense. And even audioly, that's not a word, but visually taking us to the next level in just terms of production and sound. So, and then also in his own way, holding us accountable for being on time, because Bryan is always on time for things and I'm not the most on time person. So just like helping us grow in those ways and just bringing new points of view to certain conversations. So I would say thank you, Bryan. 'Cause you could definitely tell, because sometimes I go back and listen to like episodes before Bryan joined us, and I was like, maybe sometimes we do need Bryan's voice, because we sound kind of crazy sometimes. Maybe we do need somebody to be like, hey guys, hey, I don't know if we should.
Speak for yourself, Chief.
Oh, where?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I didn't know where that.
Don't worry. I'm all right. I'm gonna go back and just pull up clips with all y'all sounding reckless and be like, hey, don't you worry.
Thank
I got
you
a
for-
compilation clip coming for you guys. Don't you worry.
Thank you for letting me be a part. Now, to be fair, you tricked me in getting on camera due to the pandemic. I'll never forget it.
Did I?
Because you just said I was working Zoom. Yeah, you did. And so
I don't
when we
remember
were about
this.
to go
That's not too
live,
much.
no, it's fine. I do. You were like, hey, Brian's here. And I'm like, what? It was the scariest thing I ever did. I told my best friend what happened, and he just pretty much told me to get over it. Scary because I didn't want to mess up the show. That's what I mean. I didn't want to mess up the show.
Nigga, you do your own podcast outside of us. Oh, I forgot. You have a level of control. Is that it, Bryan? You don't know how to operate when you don't have control of the situation. Welcome to my world and all that jazz, nigga.
That is absolutely it. Look, you guys come up with very creative questions, and I have to pray every time. Although, my friend Aaron, the guy you met, Cass.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When we did this, the questions for me, he didn't know what to say to me because he was just like, I didn't know any of these things were even close to your reality, and I was just like, yeah, it took a Brody too.
What kind of friend are you, sir? I'm just playing. I won't call him out.
You don't know somebody until you ask questions. You just gotta ask questions and be like, hey, I just was curious about this.
It's really been fun to be a part of this, and I never thought in a million years that I would do anything like this outside of my comfort zone. So this keeps me on my toes.
Man, you got to stay on your toes, man. 10 toes down. We ballerinas around here, man. And it's all about milestones. The number 2, the amount of times I've left Cass at a club for a woman.
That's happened. And I just...
I'm done. I ain't saying no more.
This is all many, many moons ago. Many moons ago.
Man.
The Lord knows I'm a homebody now, so it's been many moons ago.
Remember that night we went to the Ebony Inn on a random Saturday night?
I'm out that one. I wasn't there for that. I wasn't there for that one. That Cass was
a slim moment. It's a slim moment.
Listen, that was a fun night there, boy. Lord, man.
Shoot,
I don't even know what I was playing. I think we was headed home.
We were. Stop by there just for the giggles. Boy, there were a lot of giggles that night.
Don't worry, we're going to do our next
question. Did I ask you the question about the bullet holes? Is it true?
What
bullet holes?
The dancers, do they have bullet holes in them?
Some of them.
Wow.
Yeah. And nothing against them. They mad at them. You know, they just live a certain lifestyle, or they were in.
You got to put a tip in the bullet hole.
Cass, no one asked that. That's not why I brought that up.
You get to a whole nother level with that comment there. Anyway, shout out to all the exotic dancers out there with the tiger stripes, bullet holes, stretch marks. I embrace it all. Like, kudos
to you. You got stretch marks? Let me put my card swipe white on it. Whoop.
Yep. Shout out to Spellman. Oh,
shout out to Nelly Tip Drill.
My wife gonna get me for this one. She knew what happened. She knew she was there. Y'all boycotted Nelly. I was there. You was there. But anyway, shout out to significant others who listen to the podcast on a regular basis to then question us on the things that we say. Because we have significant others have interesting conversations with us about the shit we say on the podcast, and like, is that how you really feel?
Not me.
Don't worry,
I don't
Bryan.
have that problem.
We ain't forget. You still got dates to go on, nigga. The world about to open up.
Yep. That when DC open, because Maryland already open.
Next week.
You going dates now?
Virginia's about to open in a week, so.
No, Virginia's open now, I think.
Oh, that's better. Niggas go on dates now. Take them to Virginia, Alexandria, Old Town.
PG County, I heard PG County is still locked down. I heard. I don't know when they're gonna really open up.
So America, he a liar because I go to Carolina Kitchen every Tuesday and I sit at a bar with no mask on, drinking and eating pork chops, and that's why I'm fat again. So you're lying. If you want to go out, you can go out right now, nigga. So don't play these games with me, Bryan.
I'm not trying to play it. I'm not trying to play it.
You ain't met nobody nice at the church? You ain't met nobody nice at the church yet, Bryan?
First of all,
church girl's about to give it up this summer.
Yo, you don't want to date nobody from the church, Bryan?
You don't want no heathens? You want no heathens that need to be saved by Bryan? Yes. You save them.
Moving on.
Yo, just remove them. That's not too much. Don't listen. Your camera's off. Remove you. Put them in the waiting room.
We should do this more often.
So Bryan,
anyone else want to take a vacation?
No, I'm saying you got you got the power. I'm just saying you haven't found some perspectives at the church. You go to your local church, your local library. Like what's popping, Slime? As Lil Wayne said.
I'm making a documentary right now.
Ain't no PA. A strip supervisor? Like, come on now.
I'm on a micro budget, so I can't afford a PA right now. I'm making a documentary, and then I'm still going.
I thought that was a reason for not going on a date, because this is actually the best time to go on a date if you're broke. Real talk. MC Ren. Because you could be like, I'm really into film. I wanted to explore some movies with you, and we can critique it together, or some dumb shit like that.
I appreciate that you called it dumb.
But you could look at Daughters of the Dust and be like, oh, let's talk about this black film.
Do you know how long that movie is?
What I tell you about long movies there, Bryan? What did I tell you about long movies?
My God. I walked right into that.
Bang, bang.
I found an artsy, fartsy long film that talks about the black struggle. Bam!
It's all about the struggle.
Is it? Is it really about the struggle?
Without struggle, there's no progress, Bryan. Without struggle, there's no progress. How do you think you get stronger? Is by struggle.
Resistance training.
That is how you get stronger.
He does have a point there, though, Brown. He does have a point there.
But see, I can't do the struggle thing because I don't have the booty shorts like Cass.
You don't need booty shorts like Cass to struggle.
Wow,
you can struggle
today.
You can struggle on cargo.
I think that's bad. Wait till you see me on the beach. That's what I gotta say.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Just wait. That's bad. Just wait.
Honestly,
yet.
Can you check back with me by December and just see what happened throughout the year as far as your question?
Nigga, 8 months. I mean, that's not 8 months. That's 7, though. Good Lord, guy. Good Lord. That's a long time, man.
It is a long time.
Shit, by that time, I want us to do another live show again. So, because that first one was very interesting.
Oh man! So
wow! What did you do? Where was the first live show done?
It was so one of my boys, he does he did an event every year in the fall called Hoodie Season, where it's like outside cookout barbecue in the fall, and hence you have to wear a hoodie. So then he hit me up because he was doing like a bunch of black artists, black entrepreneurs. So I was like, all right, cool, we could do this. And I was nervous as hell because I was like, it's cold, and we're gonna be in front of people. But it worked out really well. So
you nervous? Nervous to me. Why was you nervous?
I'm always nervous. I'm nervous before anything. Like, my anxiety is really bad. I get nervous.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I get nervous too. I always got to take a poo. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad.
I'm with you on that one. I use the bathroom before I do anything. I'm like, nope, this will not be embarrassing for me.
Yeah. You can't have a Fergie moment. You ain't remember that when Fergie had an accident on the stage? You don't remember that?
Wait,
no?
She had an accident on the stage? I'm about to Google that after this.
I was on the border. That's where I want to stay.
Google this.
With you.
I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna Google this.
My humps.
I'm gonna Google this.
My lovely lady humps.
I'm gonna Google this right after we're done recording. I'm Googling that. I need to see that.
Getting it started. She was getting it started in here. It was cool.
Nasty.
Cool.
She shit herself on stage. Wow.
Really?
I think she just peed herself. But
was it a shark? That's embarrassing. Was it a shark or did she pee on herself?
I think it was just pee. Yeah, sometimes you have accidents, and so you always gotta be prepared, and don't let the nerves get to you. But this is an episode of Milestones, and America recently I got married, so kudos to me and everything like that.
Pat yourself on the back.
Huh?
Pat yourself on the back. On the back. You did. You did it.
I haven't stretched it in a long time. Let me see if I can do it.
I haven't pat myself in a long time, so I need to.
I'm like, let me. Oh God.
Gotta do one of these.
Yeah, we pull it down there and get it. But I'll tell my perspective. But I wasn't the only one there. Slim was there as well, and so he can give his perspective of the Brown wedding extravaganza. No! Before he goes in that, I didn't know when he was coming to my wedding. I knew he was coming, but I did not know when he was coming.
Nobody knew.
So for a long time, I was like, "Cass, you know when Slim is leaving?" Because
I was like, "Yo, I have no idea. I have no idea when he's leaving, bro. He just said he'll be there, so he'll get there eventually. When y'all looking at each other, that's when he'll be there. He'll be there."
I'll let you have it because I'm like, Cass, I ain't heard nothing from this man. I don't know where he's supposed to be at. I don't even know he needs to be picked up from the airport. I don't know none of this.
In 100 episodes, I learned that if Slim say he gonna be there, he gonna be there. You won't know when. He ain't gonna let you know. He just gonna pop up and be like, "Yo, I'm here," and I'll be like, "All right, cool." I just learned to roll with the punches.
To be fair, Slim, you should know that when he was describing you specifically, when it came to the timepiece, he said that verbatim.
Yeah, I figured that was like a subliminal towards me or at Twitter. But it's no love lost there. I love you guys. But kudos to Brown. The wedding was beautiful. Absolutely amazing. The weather was perfect. Beautiful home. It's my first time in New Orleans, so just having a chance to make it to the airport and see everything. But the day of the wedding, seeing Brown get ready, seeing him with that bounce in his step, like the Brown that I knew, like the bubbly Brown, the upbeat. There were times where Brown looked like he might have been overwhelmed, I think, because there was so much going on. So I was like, hey, whatever you need me to do, I'm here to do that. He had me putting pictures in the frame. I couldn't figure out the frame. It was too many different directions. I felt like I got instructions from IKEA, but I figured it out though. His family came down. The missus, her family came in, and it was a beautiful ceremony. The whole night was perfect. I told Brown, I said once things get rolling and moving, everything else will fall in place like a puzzle. And the ending, that last piece of me is like seeing him say I do, and him and the missus kiss, and I was like, Brown is back. But amazing day, beautiful colors. Brown's suit was on point. The missus, her dress was beautiful. It was just amazing. It was picture perfect for Brown. So I'm happy to see Brown go out the way he did. That's how I would sum up Brown's wedding. The food was amazing. The DJ was good. Of course, they played Brown's favorite song, and he lost his mind. We all know what that song is. Back that ass up. When the beat dropped, you knew Brown was in fifth gear. He was in fifth gear. Couldn't tell him nothing. I said, Brown, be careful, man. Like, them bones don't move like they used to, man. But other than that, though, man, 10 out of 10 wedding. Just a beautiful, beautiful event that day.
So I got some beef with Slim. I love Slim. Whole heart beef. So weddings are nervous, Cass. And I want to say this to Cass. So when you're nervous, don't you want someone just to sit there and drink one with you? Just a little bit? Just a smidge with you? Just take a sip? take a sip? Like, I'm like, come on, it's overwhelming. You see my nerves is bad? What you need me to do? I just need you to sit down here and take a sip. That's all I need.
Yeah. I didn't drink, but I sat with you though. I was like, Brown's gonna be good, man. But
you could at least take a sip of water. Take a sip of something.
Yeah, that was
he doesn't drink. Why would he drink?
Huh?
I said a sip of water. Take a sip. It's just the act of drinking. He doesn't really need. Like, of course, it'd be a plus if he drank alcohol. But if he didn't, it's just the act of drinking with me that just will calm me down.
Yeah.
So, like, he doesn't need to have like a full bottle or like a beer. Just get a cup of some water, soda, whatever. It just because at least for Brown,
but then
drinking is
taking the drink because you told him to, not because he wanted to.
All right, who fucking cares in that moment, nigga? I want to feel better. I'm stressed. I don't care about that. You're bringing logic into this. No, I want to feel better. I got nerves today. You get over your guilt about you drinking on your own time. It's about my time today. It's my day. I don't want to hear about your problems. I got my own. This is about my problems and issues today. It's not about yours. You came here for my day.
America, what you don't know, I'm setting Slim up for Cass's wedding.
Oh, no.
I think it's coming a mile away.
Oh, no. I have an open bar. He's drinking with me. If I got to throw it on him, so he accidentally get it on his lip. He drinking some way.
Slim,
I'm not. It's my thing.
I'm not going to drink at the wedding, Slim, so I'll be not drinking with you.
Oh, that's a lie. Whether you know it or not.
I tell you what, a grown man throw a drink at me, best believe I got the pistol on my hip, and I can carry now. So I'm waiting. Listen, I'm waiting for somebody to try me in these streets. You hear me? What? Okay.
Yeah. But we will.
You like my fiance too much. You won't shoot me. You like my fiance too much. You won't shoot me.
I can't. I do. I can't do that to you.
He shot his sister. Why wouldn't he shoot you?
Don't hit me.
That is a good point. I forgot about that. You're right. All right, I take back what I said.
Who are you?
Compared to his sister.
Told you we were acting different.
But I would be remiss, America, that Cass was there in spirit, even if it got Slim in trouble. And
wait, I got him in trouble? How did I get him in trouble?
No, we're gonna talk about that off air.
Like, what I do?
Yo, I was like, oh damn. And my thing is like, you didn't even do anything. Like, you didn't do anything, but I caught hell though. Like, I caught hell for that one. I was like, God dang it! Like, I didn't even do nothing.
I'm so
you good. You trust me, you good. We talk about it off here though.
Can we go to tangent? Hey, can we go to tangent real quick? And this is just about relationships. Which one?
Fuck 'em.
Which one makes you more annoyed? External conflicts to your relationship or internal conflicts with your relationship? Because
internal all day.
Internal makes you more annoyed.
Yeah, external I can get over it, like, but it's that internal because it sits with you longer. External I can get over it real quick and call it a day. But that internal,
more annoyed at the external though, bro. I get more annoyed at the external because it's like, yo, I ain't had no control over that. That ain't got shit to do with me.
That's how I feel.
For me, like, if I have no control over something, I can just let it go real quickly. Like, all right, I had no control, whatever. But that internal, because I overthink a lot, so I'll just sit there all day with it. Like, this shit bother me all fucking day. And I'm the type of person that, if say we're having like an argument or debate in a moment, I don't have a good comeback. I don't come up with one till like 3 hours later. I'm like, fuck, I should have said that hours ago. But now I can't go back and be petty. I just gotta let it go.
Young blood, let me teach you something. You see right here on the side of me, I got one of these things right here. I got one of these here called a journal, right? And I just ponder lines. I write bars for any situation, just in case shit go awry. I'd be like, yo, on December 15th, 2012,
you said I did this and it made me feel this way, so I'm bringing this back up.
Yeah.
I need to start doing that.
Sometimes I'll be having arguments in the shower with myself just in case shit goes awry. I'll be practicing it.
Wait,
I'll be trying to go
practice your arguing?
Huh?
Hey, you got to practice arguing. There's an art to arguing.
Well, I don't like to argue, B. Anthony, so I try to practice in ways that'll make the argument go away very, very quickly. So I try to look at like you remember. You ever watch Queen's Gambit, where she'd be having all the pieces floating on the ceiling? That's how I be in the shower with the different paths the argument could take. I'm like, if she played the rook, nigga, I'm gonna hit her with that knight. Yeah, knight to B7 on the king side. Yeah. Oh, okay.
But isn't that kind of you can never be fully prepared for an argument, especially with the opposite sex. It's impossible.
But Anthony,
you can.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's the life.
It's because you're not gonna plan for like the exact words that she's gonna say. At least for me, it's more so how can I argue with like watching my tone to a certain degree, because like I know me. Once I like get into it, my level's just gonna raise, and it's like, all right, I never want to be like overbearing, yelling at you, because our arguments really don't call for that. Like we're not arguing about something that serious. So it's like, all right, I need to do that. And also, since I'm emotional, I can just start getting louder, and it's like, I just want to, because once I get to a certain level, I know she's going to check out, and it's like, all right, she doesn't hear anything I said. Now she just thinks I'm yelling, and now she's like, don't yell at me. So I'm like, all right, I need to do this in a way where you hear my point, and it registers, because if I start going over like a certain decimal point or octane, I'm like, all right, she's clearly not hearing me, because now she's just going to be like, why are you yelling? Why'd you voice this? I'm like, all right, so you just missed all the valid points I said because you think my voice got loud. All right, cool. So it's more so like that.
You know what kills me though? Like what really and this gets me, it takes a lot for me to get angry. It does. Like y'all know me, it takes a lot for me to get angry. My thing is like, say you're in an argument, right? She goes off. Cuss you out, whatever, goes off. The minute you give her an ounce of what she gave you, then you're the mean one. You're insensitive. I remember one time, I got so bad, I went for a walk in the park by myself one time. This I know was bad. This I know was bad. I'm talking to the park, like the park is talking back to me. I see a cop in the left field. He said, yo, you good, man? I said, y'all having an argument? He's like, yo, dog, me too. I go for a walk all the time. I knew then. I was like, you know what? This is my release strategy. I just go for a walk. I talk to myself. I talk to myself. Because like you have to.
Nah, I have a full-blown conversation with myself.
Yep. You got to practice. I told you got to practice that argument in wherever you need to practice that argument, or practice your talking points. It don't necessarily got to be an argument. Practice your talking point, and then go on YouTube and you look up improv class situations and do improv exercises. You know what can be possibly thrown at you to constantly keep moving. You gotta stay dynamic. You gotta stay on your toes. You gotta know when to be silent and when to go with the flow. You gotta know, and you gotta be when.
Can't you just buy a gift or like go downtown or something? I don't know. I just feel like there's something you can do.
No, we're not doing that, because then that's going to set a precedent that every time you get mad, you want to get. It's like a child. Every time a child cries, you can't acknowledge it. You got to be like, all right, you're not going to get attention every time you cry. We're not doing this. No, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Fuck all that shit. Buy you a gift every time you get upset. Kiss my ass.
Damn.
Not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No.
You all right? You good, fam?
No, that creates a monster. We're not doing that. No.
Yo, we spoke about milestones. Yo, she listens to this, right?
That's a very
She's right upstairs, and she knows I say this. So it's like, no, we're not. There's an issue. We're not getting a gift to feel better. No, we're going to talk about this and get over it.
I'm going to go flip the script and get back to marriage talk. I think we done went far down this tangent as we should.
I'm so confused, but okay.
Yo, love is confusing.
So let me tell you how I almost ruined my wedding. and I want to share this with you guys in front of you guys, and so apparently, and I think I've said this before. I don't know if I said it here. I might have said it to you guys already. Apparently, America frowns on bigamy. Right? Thou shalt be married to multiple people at the same time, which is understandable. Cool. And so, in order to get married, I have to prove I'm not married to anybody else anymore. And so I thought I had got the proper prerequisite paperwork available, right? You know, I brought it from Maryland. Like, I called the people, I paid the expedited fees and everything. I came in with this like big document, and I was like, bam, take this to the county office so we can get the marriage license. Cool. Lo and behold, the document I brought was not signed by the judge. Was not signed by the judge. And I'm like, okay. what we gonna do? She was like, yo, I went all the way to the county's office, which is literally, I want to say like 45 minutes to an hour away, where she did it.
Yo, that's
and it was the wrong documents. And she's like, and at this point, I can't go back to Maryland because like I'm literally getting married in like 2 days. So what do I have to do? So I called my ex-wife and was like, hey, how are you? Yeah.
I'm getting married.
I'm getting married. I know, surprise. I just want to know, do you have the documents, possibly in PDF form?
That can be emailed to me.
Email to me that I can get. And she's like, oh, well, first of all, congratulations. And I'm in a meeting right now, and I will see what I can do for you in a little bit. But lo and behold, you know, she came through. She sent me the email. We were able to print out the document, and I got married. I was about to have an angry woman at me if on that wedding day, because we already done paid all the peoples. We had set, all the tent was already set up in the backyard.
Wow.
Everything. We're like,
Won't God do it for you?
Well, I mean,
boy, I would have stayed in that hotel I paid for that whole weekend. I just stayed there. Like, I ain't going back.
couldn't you just still have the like reception and ceremony and then like just do the legal stuff after?
No, you can't do that because they still wouldn't be married. And that's the bigger problem.
Yeah.
You don't want to give the appearance that you're getting married. She wanted to get married.
Yeah,
Well, I
because
mean,
you couldn't get the
people
license. Like, I had nothing I could sign.
Well,
Right.
You know. You gotta sign
okay,
paperwork.
so we still signing paperwork. Just can't. Some people
Cass,
get
this is
legally
for you.
some people get legally married before their ceremony. Now we're not doing that, Bryan. Some people get like legally married before their wedding. Like
Jesus.
Okay, Cass.
dude, my older brother was legally married like 3 months before the actual ceremony.
I get
Right,
you,
but that's not what he's describing.
He's describing the
I
inverse
could
of
not
it.
be
I get it.
legally married because I couldn't prove I was unmarried.
Right. And she wanted it to be legit. Right.
Of course she wanted it to be legit. I'm not saying she didn't. All I'm saying is, worst comes to worst. If you can't get your money back, we getting married. I'm sorry. We doing the ceremony. Everything's already paid for. We doing this.
But they still wouldn't be married, Cass. That's the point.
Only they would have knew that. None of us would have knew that if he didn't tell us.
You honestly think she would have kept that to herself? Someone else would have known.
Okay, yeah, like her best friend. Cool. Brown's best friend would have knew too. So your best friend always knows everything. So
now we got to rate
No,
the sitcom episode. Notice the sitcom episode, right?
It really is.
Sitcom.
It is a
It's definitely a
magical
sitcom.
day. Do you understand that a wedding day is just, it has to be picture perfect?
do you
Not even
understand
for
that
you.
nothing in? Do you understand that everything and there's nothing in life that is picture perfect besides like children being born? So therefore, no.
I don't think the mother giving birth to the child has that perspective, but okay. I
He's
get
very
where you're
upset
going
tonight.
with that.
He's very upset
I
tonight.
guarantee you, women are more happy on their childbirth than their wedding day.
Oh, you're just speaking for all women now, huh?
I'm
gonna
bowing
assume
out of this.
I'm gonna assume that.
I'm bowing out of this.
Bryan, ask all your woman friends that hate us because we talk about like nasty stuff. They're into that for us.
So first of all,
they hate us or they hate you?
Now they hate you too, nigga.
They were very nice to you. Don't do that. Be fair. They were very nice to you at my birthday party.
Were they?
Yes, they were.
What is nice? Like, let's define that real quick. Like,
they didn't say anything about you or anyone else's statements on that episode.
So we're going to classify that as being nice because they weren't honest with me.
Cass, if you really wanted to...
What's happening here?
I'm just trying to follow along. I'm just listening. I feel like Bryan and Cass should continue this, but also kind of, I'm curious to know what both parties think.
Now you're invested.
I get what Brown and Bryan are coming from with the whole marriage, like, saying, hey, obviously she wouldn't have been happy, right? You know what I'm saying?
She wouldn't have been happy.
Okay, yes. Obviously she wouldn't have been happy. Like, I know that. Nobody, of course she was like, what, Brown? That would have fucked shit up. I understand that. What I'm saying is, all right.
There's nothing else to say after that. No, that's your mistake. You're still trying to say something. It had to be rectified before she said, I do. That's it.
All right, Bryan.
Period.
Oh, shit, Bryan giving relationship advice. That's crazy.
That's
crazy. That's crazy.
The breakup is happening. After this episode.
Oh, shit. Like, I can't even... Well, I feel like, oh, boy, he kicked him out.
Put him in the waiting room.
Hey, Slim, you remember that scene from Belly where they at the table and the two dudes was talking shit? And DMX character is like, you just gonna let him talk to you like that?
He put him in the waiting room. He said his camera was off. No, but I get where you're coming from. Like, you had to prove that, but Cass' mindset is, okay, cool. This is paid for. We're still going to do this as if we were married. So I get where Cass is coming from, and I get where Bryan and Brown are coming from as well. So I see both parts.
Yeah, in her mind, even though they could have taken Cass's approach, in her mind, the day wouldn't have been the day. Yeah, because legally they still wouldn't have been married, which is why I say that it couldn't have gone forward.
Dog.
And what do I know? I'm just...
that goes back to the internal thing. That was an external thing I thought I took care of, but clearly I had not.
And you created internal problems because...
And again, you only can control what you can control. And you did everything you needed to do, Brown. You did everything you needed to do.
But I have a question. How come it wasn't signed by the judge?
That's where I was going to ask.
So whatever document I had, because I went to court, of course, said my part and everything like that. And sorry, I'm drinking beer. I had to take a little burp break. And so I went up there. They stamped the papers, and I went on my merry way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking. I think they had to mail it to me, but at that point, I was like, I'm done with this. Cool, I'm divorced. I'm not thinking about all the legal ramifications because I had never been divorced before, and hopefully, I'm never divorced again. So I'm not thinking about like thinking about all these extra things I need to do and precautions that's happening, right? Okay, can I vent? And I don't know if this woman's gonna listen to this here podcast or not.
But before you vent. She had it signed by the judge, but you didn't? Like, that's where I'm like...
Why she had the paperwork was when we sold the house, she needed the paperwork for some reason, just to make sure everything was split. And so that's why she had a copy of it. So let's get to me venting. We talk about milestones. I'm a divorced person, and we can talk about being happy and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
Right. So I once had a house, people. Gerard lived in the house at one point in time. Cass lived in the house at one point in time. At none of those times that they living at their house, when my wife lived in that house, that's a known fact. I paid the mortgage, I paid the insurance, I paid to maintain the home for 2 to 3 years. So of course, when we sold it, I still had to give her portion of the house, which made me kind of upset. And then when it came to the escrow, I don't know if you know what escrow is. Every month when you pay your mortgage, some of the money from the mortgage goes into an insurance account. But when you sell the house, you're not paying that insurance anymore, and so you get the escrow back. It's like you've been paying on this for the tax and stuff. You don't got to pay it no more, so that money goes back to you, the extra money. Y'all know I had to split that money with that woman? I know I had to split that money.
Huh? I was going to say, I feel like you had to split it, even though you don't want to.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I feel like
which hurt me because I'm like, you didn't pay mortgage on this house in 2 years, and now you want the escrow which is my money. It ain't your money. It's my money that I paid into. But cool.
See, isn't that where a prenup would have came in to identify those things?
Yeah. But I didn't. I could have scratched that out of the agreement because I was like, yo, why should you get this money? Whatever. But it was like, it's in the document. So I was like, I chopped it up. And I was like, here's your money.
Gotcha.
And this one, I was at my dad's brokest. And I was like, I need that money. I want that money. It's my money.
Wow.
I need that money. I want that money.
So fast forward to tax day. I get a text saying, hey, do you have the documents for the mortgage for the house? I'm like, oh, now you're still trying to get tax benefits off a house you haven't paid for in 2 years. Of course I sent it, but I was so heated in my soul and spirit that you was getting tax benefits off of my labor. But I had to chalk it up, fellas. And so the lesson of the story is it's cheaper to keep her and make sure she's the one.
What?
And no, these are not the lessons. Don't get divorced. No, that's not the lesson. All right, fine.
No, I do have a question. I think this is a good lesson for anyone who's about to take the plunge.
Oh, you mean me?
Well, you're not the only one in the world getting married, Cass, but you can benefit from this. My question is, what as a groom to be do you think is important or pertinent for guys to have in order before they walk down the aisle? As far as just like paperwork, legal stuff, what if you had to identify the top things that people need to know? I think that's important because I wouldn't have never thought. In my mind, because you got divorced and it's in the system, I figured you could just look it up. I never would have thought that you would need to actually bring the paper.
The court
right. So I think,
and the fact that we're a bunch of states, every state has its own set of laws. So and then I'm going to Louisiana, who runs under like French provincial law.
Yeah, they Louisiana doing its own thing, so it wasn't gonna look up Maryland shit. Yeah,
so it's not a database because we're a confederation of states. But you asked me what were the things you need. So
things that men should have in order before they take the plunge. I shouldn't say take the plunge. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a great philosopher of Marshawn Lynch once said, "You must get your chicken and your mentals in order." And I think that's what you need to do before marriage. Make sure your chicken and your mentals are what? That was the realest shit since MC Ren. Make sure your chicken and your mentals are straight.
That's it.
I think just having your T's crossed and your I's dotted, and just knowing that A, B, C, D, E is all checked off. You know what I'm saying? I think you just even had a conversation with like friends who are married, or even look at your parents and say, hey, like when you took that leap, what did you have? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good question, but I think a lot of people go into marriage just wanting to get married, not having like a full in-depth like plan, like and not to say you need a plan for everything, but when you making that big move, that big milestone there, like you kind of want to make sure you got everything you need in that backpack. You know what I'm saying? Because once you in, you're all in. You know.
But I've been saying this from the jump.
Once you take.
But you heard me say this, like, what, the January episode when we did Words of Wisdom. Like, read the books, read from the people who've already done it before, and especially listen to your peers, because millennial marriage is way different from our parents' marriage and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be very much cognitive of what's going on in the situation, and understand the triggers that could end a marriage, end a relationship, and everything like that. And sometimes you got to look at other people's failure in order not to make the same mistakes. You got to compromise. And I think that's the problem with us as millennials. We're not willing to compromise. And marriage is all about compromise. They think when you compromise that you lost. Like, no, you you got to come together. When you take the vow, right, where they say you put all others, you forsake all others for this person, right? That's what the vow said, right? So to forsake all others, that includes you. You forsake yourself. In order for that vow to stay strong, though, she needs to forsake all others too. She also has to forsake herself for the power of we. Because at the end of the day, even if y'all have kids, y'all come before your kids. Y'all become before everybody. And sometimes you got to remind yourself of that, because it does get hard, especially when you set in your ways and everything like that. It's like, is this a decision that's good for me? Is a decision good for her? Or is it a decision good for us? And the main thing is you want to make sure the decision is good for us, that we become stronger. But that's hard because you got to train yourself to think in a way that we've never thought before, because we're taught to be very, very selfish. Not very, very. But
yeah, because I'm feeling very, very selfish right now, because for me, like when you say us, and I know you don't mean it this way, this is how I'm processing it. I just feel like 80% of that is going to go more towards the other person's perspective or what they want. And I'm only going to get 20% of what I want. And that's probably an extreme version of looking at it, but I don't know. That's where my mind went to when you said that, which is probably why I know I'm not ready to. This is why I don't date.
This shit might be real.
Also, the right person will make you see different. You just haven't met that person. Because we all can say that until you met that person, literally.
Because I was like, fuck them bitches. You know I was.
Exactly. And now look at him. He's married and in love.
Rather than screaming OB.
Like, people will make the right person will make you want to change. So, and you compromise in everyday life. It's just that relationships, it gives a different idea.
I see the benefit in that compromise, right? So, like, when we talk and I have to compromise, or when we talk and there's give and take there, that makes sense to me. Okay. But in a relationship, I just feel like, I don't know why I feel this way, actually. That's a good question. I just don't think it's more of a compromise. I just think of who can prove your point better.
I feel like society, films, and movies kind of dictate that, because it kind of shows us it in a certain light. So, because we're a product of like our environment and what we watch. So yeah, that dictates into our mindset. So it's like trying to get out of that mindset and like what we watch, and knowing that media dictates to what sells the most. Like the movie, was it Malcolm and Marie? Where it's like, most people just like, oh, these people are toxic. But it's like, no, in a certain way, that's kind of everyday life, where it's like, sometimes you need those hard ass conversations to get through and grow. Like, yes, that movie was just in the course of a night, but you have those hard conversations, meaning that, all right, we clearly could tell each other anything. So that's going to build the trust in a way. So,
right.
And then compromise is not, we think of compromise as like, I'm not going to get my want. Compromise is a two-way street. You compromise once, she's going to have to compromise for something. So it's like, it has to be a give and take. Now, of course, there's going to come moments where you compromise a lot and it doesn't get given back. And that's when you go, okay, maybe this ain't the right one. And then you express it like, yo, I've been compromising for like mad shit. And I feel like you don't reciprocate that for me. Then if she realizes that, and it's like, oh shit, you right, my bad, yada, 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 we could work on it. And if there's no change, then you bounce. Because life is all about just, you live your life until you find that right person. And when you find that right person,
the time
you
that you've invested in that for it to end up at that point, I don't know.
There's no waste.
The other
everything's a learning experience. There's nothing that's a waste. Nothing is a bad moment. It's a learning experience. Some shit sucks. Some shit sucks. Don't get me wrong. A lot of shit sucks. But it's like, no, you had to go through it to get where you are now. Like Brown had to go through what he. Huh?
I'm about to say, what that boy name, that song where he said, you got to cut that bitch off? I was quick on that tip. I ain't let that many people get that much of my time. I ain't getting all my compromises out the way.
And now look at you. You're compromising machine.
Yeah. But the thing is, I didn't compromise in the beginning. Let me say not that. But you got to understand, you saying you spent all that time, you got to be knowing, you have to know the time you want to invest in. It's almost like a nice startup, Bryan. You got to look at their financials and look at their prospectus and see, do you want to invest in this particular company? And a lot of times you leave that bitch on the table. You don't need that. You don't need that company. You don't need it.
Also, you're learning yourself. Like you have to go through experience to know yourself. Because if you don't go through no experiences, then you don't know who the hell you are. That's why college is more important, not even for like the degree in certain cases, but it's for the experience of you're on your own and you're learning yourself. You have to make decisions on your own. Nope. Wow, that's funny. Nobody's telling you, yo, do your homework, do this. You got to be disciplined on yourself. So it's like, all right, I need these experiences to find myself. A lot of shit's going to suck. Yeah, you get over it because sulking in it ain't going to do anything. Which is easier said than done. Way easier said than done. But you just got to get on and move on. Because life will go by. Like, as messed up as this sounds, people will die every day, and you got to move on. So, life will always teach you, you have to move on. I always say, allow yourself a day or two to soak in your emotions, and then move on. Because humanly, you can't just ignore it. You have to soak. You have to acknowledge your emotions. Give yourself a day or two, get over it. Yeah. It's like in football. Coaches
don't be like me.
All right, yeah, Brown. See, Slim?
Keep stuff in. Yeah.
Slim is the one you got to worry about because when he get mad, he going to let the clip go and you just don't know who he going to hit. So you got to watch Slim.
Well, no, but we're alike in that way. Someone said it to me the other day. They were like, I'm just scared of what will happen if like,
oh, yeah, both of y'all
really got to your point.
Like, Brown, I know what to expect if he were to really get like mad and upset. I can handle that. Y'all too, I have no idea and that shit's scary. Like if I'm out in the club and Slim just gets like mad, I don't know what he's going to do. And that's the scary part where it's like, this shit could go left or this shit could go right. Brown, I know where it's going to go. And I'm like, cool. I know we're going to be in this area. Y'all two niggas. I don't know.
I'm not mad. I'm just agitated most of the time.
You see, and I know that. That's why I'm like, all right, it's cool. Like, I know what I'm getting with Brown. Like, I know it. So it's easier to deal with. Slim? Woo. Yeah. I've never seen Slim angry, but when that day comes, I pray I'm not around.
Gotta have that chopper go side to side.
I'm really a nice person. Like I really am a nice person. It for me, it takes a lot for me to get upset. It really does. But for you, Bryan, like once in a relationship, man, like compromise, it's gonna hit you right in the face. Like you can't the Hulk really. you can't move around it, man. So you have those conversations, like, and there will be difficult conversations that you need to have to get past that to get past that obstacle in front of you. And as you grow in a relationship, you grow as a team. Really, the love grew. I'm no. But on a serious note, though, yeah, like compromise is important. You do it with your job, you do it with your friends, your family. You do it every day. But once you get in a relationship, that person who you been looking for and vice versa, like you want it to work. So therefore, you're going to make those necessary steps for that thing to go the distance. And it's a marathon, man. It is a marathon. It's not a quick sprint. It is a full-out marathon. And, my dad told me he's been married. My parents been married 36, 37 years. And he said, Gerard, I still don't get your mother sometimes. I'm like, Damn. Y'all remember he's like, man, I learn something new every day. So you have to kind of go into it like an investment. Like you have to invest in your person. You have to put money in, take money out. You have to weather the storm. You have to do all these things to make that thing grow, man. But in due time, everything comes with timing, though. It all comes with timing.
The biggest compromise that you want is peace of mind. That's it. One of the biggest things that is wonderful that's taken for granted, peace of mind. So everybody has their hills that they're going to stand on. As long as you know what they are, you just let them be known, like, yo, this is a hill that I'm not going to change. Like, I'm not getting off this hill. Like, I'll be willing to get off other hills, but we all have certain hills where it's like, no, I'm willing to die on this hill. And that's, for better or for worse, this is my hill. Now, other hills, you have to learn to get off. But everybody has like 2 or 3 where it's like, no. Like, for example, as little as this is, I'm never going to stop watching wrestling. Like, if Jen was like, yo, you got to stop watching wrestling, I'd be like, damn, dogs, you knew me coming into this. Like, you're going to have to compromise with me. Like, there's just some way you have to compromise. Like, you're going to have to at least give me, like, one day where I could watch it. Like, something, I don't know. Where, like, say if it was like, yo, for example, Wednesdays is wrestling is on Wednesdays, but date night is Wednesday because the middle of the week, it's something to look forward to help you get through the end of the week. I understand that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I still want to watch it because I'm like, but I understand why it's important. So I'm like, all right, cool. We could let that work. And when I'm watching wrestling on the days, she lets me rock. It's like, give and take. But I know, like, that Wednesday is like, nah, unless, like, she had to do something for work that you can't get out of or something like that. So you learn what to compromise for. And once again, I'm the beat a dead bush. The right person will make you compromise.
Okay.
Yo, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. Yo,
okay. Like, I hear y'all, but I hear y'all.
That's basically what Bryan said. Bryan said, nah, fuck that shit. If I want to watch film, she gonna watch film. If I want to watch Superman 1, she gonna watch Superman 1.
Now that is just a perfect movie. Like, why is that even up for discussion?
Still think Batman and Robin is better.
All right. Room.
Oh, Will, when you say Superman, you mean like Christopher Reeves?
The first Christopher Reeves.
1972?
79.
Of
course it's not perfect.
I didn't want to get fact checked, nigga. I'm just throwing out numbers.
Clearly it's not perfect, but it's something that I appreciate.
You gonna let him back in?
I know.
I mean, he's quiet.
I mean, you can let him back in. I advocated for him.
Oh man!
Only because of you, Slim.
Man, but I think we do realize that with age comes a bunch of milestones that you have to adhere to. Because, like, even I think about during the pandemic, listening to all the professional women during the pandemic, we're like, yo, I want to be on my whole phase. This is supposed to be my whole phase because I've been studying to be X, Y, and Z. Like, they done got multiple degrees and, advanced degrees. And they was like, I didn't have time to be out in them streets. Like, I'm upset that 2020 is not allowing me to be out in them streets. And I'm like, don't be out in them streets too much now. Or you're going to have to make sure you got keep that shit on the lowski because your man ain't going who taught you how to do that? Jeezy taught me. The male ego. The male ego so simple. Like
everybody taught somebody something. Just don't even ask. Don't.
Like, this is fantastic, but I don't even know who taught you, how you learned that. I'm just going to
go with the boat. Just go with the ride. Just go with the ride. Like, yo, it's great.
Well, I mean, it's easy for you, Brian. You can just say you read a lot.
Reading ain't
nothing like the experience. Look, I can read how to drive a car, but until you drive a car, that shit ain't the same. I can read all the manuals I want. Like, oh yeah, when you move the stick shift like this, yeah.
I tried. Oh God!
This pedal goes brake and this pedal goes gas. Oh, okay, all right.
Why are you talking like that?
Oh, okay.
I didn't know the parking brake was still up. Okay, I know how to do this.
Okay.
You know what? That was. I apologize for saying that.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I hear you. We could try to relate it. Like you can watch all the videos and YouTube tutorials you want, but it ain't gonna equate to the right.
No.
Once you get in the game, you be like, oh, the lights are a little brighter than I thought. Okay. I thought I was.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. In that example, I got it. Okay.
It's a little bit brighter. You like, whoo. Oh, this game's going by. You know how they say like when the college they go to the pros, the speed of the game it's really fast. Gotta catch up to that speed, baby. You be like, ho, everything's moving a lot faster. And then next you know the game is done.
Makes perfect sense what you just said.
Mm-hmm. Game goes too fast, and then the game is done very quickly. You be like, damn, the time is up already? You got to wait a whole week to run it back.
All right. So me hitting up that time and we talking about milestones, right? What I got to get, this probably be my last homecoming. Because next time I may have like a kiddo on the way or already have one. What, nigga? Planning, nigga? What you expect? Like, I'm you know.
No, bro, dang, I'm just happy.
I'm not the way.
I can't be happy.
It's great news.
I'm laughing at the way you said it. Like, nigga, what you thought? Like, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta try. But so
shoot the club up. Shoot the club up.
No, Cass. Oh my God.
The Brodies are welcome. I want to say it's like October 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, something, I don't know. Sometime in October, me and the missus will be going to Atlanta because this is my 15 years being out of college anyway. So I'm going to go there and have a good time.
I actually do want to go because people are trying to convince me of what Atlanta is like. And the few times that I've been, I haven't gotten the appeal. So I want to go just to say that I understand.
You got to go with the right people.
So you're saying not to go with Brown?
I said you have to go with the right people to get the experience. So you have to go with Brown to get the experience.
You ain't gonna see much. You come with me because we gonna be because we getting blackout drunk.
Oh,
you don't have to get blackout drunk. I'm getting blackout drunk. But you
it's more fun if you do
light and sounds, because you may or may not see my wife, too. Because we got friends like she AKA like she got tents I don't never go into. You know what I'm saying? I normally kick it with the others, the other people around the spots and whatnot. So but it's gonna be
freeloading. I just be freeloading for food because the food be fire.
Yeah,
you eat all the cookout food there?
Yeah. Shit fire, nigga.
You get in where you fit in. Like my homie has a tent. He's been running a tent for years and years and years, and they be having food.
What you think they doing to the food? They wiping their ass with it? Like, why you doing that face?
I'm just very picky. I don't do picnics or like grill food occasions.
Dogs.
Picky nigga. No, we gonna throw that shit away.
If we get to go to
Atlanta, gonna change all that.
Yeah, if we get to go to homecoming, last time I was in Atlanta, I saw a Waffle House that had a beer garden on top of it. I was like, oh, this shit fancy. Y'all niggas doing shit. Y'all got a beer garden on top of the Waffle House. Nigga, I can drink on top of that bitch and walk down and get me some nice dash, smash, smothered, all that type. I don't do the hash brown, so, whatever. And then while I'm walking around homecoming, it's homies with gasoline canisters full of wonderful concoctions in it. It'd be like, yo, here you go, open up, pour it in. You just like, oh shit.
Do
whatever.
you know what?
I don't give a shit. It's homecoming. Them niggas can put a whole date rape drug in that bitch, and I wouldn't give a fuck. At this point, they be like, yeah, niggas homecoming. We responsible adults.
I got the vaccine, so I'm good.
That's very responsible of you, Cass. Great job.
Yo, they be like, yo, you smoke? And I'm like, not really. Like, here, take this. I'm like, all right. Okay.
You can't cough either. You can't cough either because they gonna look at you like bitch ass monks. You can't cough. You gotta hold it in.
Yo, it's like
I'm so scared right now. This is. I
Nah,
don't know what to do.
I'll buy you a ticket
you
for
be
the
all right.
game, and you can go in the
You be all right.
game, and you can watch the band play and the cheerleaders, and my ass will be outside at the tailgate getting drunk as a skunk. You and Slim can go together in the game. I'll buy both my tickets.
Well, now
Well,
you're
me
sending Slim to
and-
babysit me. What's happening?
You're not
Slim
babysitting
Me
was-
and Brown will get shit faced and then just figure out what to do with our lives.
Slim wants to go enjoy things. I'm sure at the.
I think it'd be a good time. I think we should make a trip down there.
Slim going straight to the strip club as soon as you get in Atlanta.
Nah. I've done that already. But I just want to just experience like the homecoming.
Yeah, because he been to Howard's. He want to go to more houses. I want to go to North Carolina A&T's. That'd be like the last homecoming I go to if I ever go to another homecoming outside of my own. But like I said, it's 15 years for me. So shit, we might have a real nice tent.
We're not having. I'm not even going to like. That's the other thing with me because I went to like a private school. It was only 5 people in my graduating class, by the way. So they've literally just moved on with their life. Like I already know I'm not having a reunion or anything.
Oh,
because
damn, that's tough.
yeah. So I know my as far as like nostalgia. I'm not going to get to do anything.
Don't worry. In Atlanta, we'll create some nostalgia for you. Don't you worry, baby.
Oh, hey, look. You find a spot to post up. If you about eating and drinking, you're gonna have a good time. If you want to holler at people, you can do that too. People are really, really friendly during homecoming and stuff like that. So
we don't get titties in your face.
I didn't say all that. I did not say all that.
I did. Kasim did. Cass.
Look, he talking crazy. He gonna be married by the time homecoming happens.
That's what I'm thinking
married.
about.
I don't know what the fuck he talking about, baby. I don't know what he talking about. I told you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get shit faced drunk. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about.
Brown's script. That's what he ain't changing nothing for Cass. He was like Cass on his own.
I ain't saying
because that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, he's gonna be married by then. Like what?
Like nigga, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. Nigga,
he did what?
No. I'm getting drunk and I'm eating food, nigga. What is this plan, nigga? This ain't got shit to do with me, nigga.
No, but I all jokes aside, I do want to go just to explore and just to have fun. Like every time I go to Atlanta, it's work related.
So, this is what we gonna do, player.
You gonna be putting in that work when we go.
Can we not take Cass, or can Cass not ride with us? Because I just don't feel comfortable.
Hey, look, I'm probably gonna have a hotel suite with my wife, so I don't know what the hell y'all niggas are going to do.
I'll take care of my own hotel accommodations.
No, don't worry, we're gonna be roommates. Don't worry,
no,
we're gonna be roommates.
no, you're gonna be married, Cass.
That'll be
so I can't room with you.
She's gonna be with you. I'm assuming at the
not necessarily.
At what?
At the homecoming.
Why?
Isn't that? I don't know how married people do these things. I thought you guys go together every place.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm not my own person no more. I can't do something by myself.
I've never been married, so I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. My wife was always busy during homecoming, my ex-wife, and I went to many homecoming without her. And they'd be like, how's your wife? I'm like, shit, good, I guess, nigga, I don't know. Party.
I'm just saying, I'm excited to go. I'm
gonna get you. We gonna get up early that day on Saturday, so you can see the parade and you can walk where the tailgate goes.
That's fun.
So you only can do it early because after a certain while it's gonna be so damn jam packed. Like you not gonna want to move anymore. You want to stay where you are because you be like this unless you got a little space. But it's a cool vibe. And everyone's home.
Is it all hip hop music, or do they have like alternative?
They got everything in there. Like you got to understand, this is homecoming, not just for me. If I'm 15 years out the game, some of these niggas been out the game for 50 years. They don't want to hear music.
Don't worry, we'll find a Janet Jackson section. We'll get somebody to play some Janet Jackson.
I knew you were about to say that. Screw you. I'm very proud of my story that I did last night. You mind your business.
Yeah. And he'll be hot the whole way through. They got some smooth R&B. They got some all kind of stuff going on. And then you have people revealing their truths. I had a crush on you for the longest. Really, bitch, get away from me right now.
And you do it just like that. Like,
wait, so you do that?
Yeah. Oh, you were in my class. So they're like, oh, you ain't say shit. Like, you came all in the Morehouse taking class, and you ain't say shit. You trying to holler at another nigga. Don't try to lie to me now.
They're trying to close the gaps. Figure out all of what could have been. Okay, well, never mind.
No, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to her. You're like, get out of here with that bullshit. Nigga, I'm just trying to drink and be happy and trying to really
me too.
Memories with you. But with that, it's been amazing milestones. Hopefully, we continue making more milestones. Thank you for everyone that's rocking us from this time. Shout out to all the guests that we've had on from Humor Mike. That's a Humor Mike, right? That's what it. Yeah. To Chelsea, to
Rashida. Karaoke.
They talking about Aladdin the Prince.
Yep.
We got Aladdin the Prince.
The trainer
my boy Ryan. Yeah. My boy Ryan Saint. Oh wow, we've actually had a good amount of guests. My friend Sarita, she was on one episode. Trying to work on a few other people too.
Yeah. Make sure you don't miss anybody. Even shout out to Penelope. Shout out to what the hell, whatever hell he was calling himself at the time. I don't know.
Who is this?
Our homie. I don't know what he was calling himself. I can't remember the name at this point.
He had a different name every week. Slim, you know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
So
he had a different name like every episode, so it was like you didn't know what to call him. So, but he knows who he is.
Yeah, shout out to my family.
Who shall not be named.
Yeah, shout out to my mom.
Mama Brown.
Yeah,
Mama Brown.
Everybody's been on the podcast up to this point. We appreciate you. We love you. Hopefully, this is one of a lot of milestones in the book. I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim.
Cass.
B. Anthony.
And we are...
Wow. Speak for yourself. We are the Brodies.
Yeah. I hate you niggas.
Shout out to my brother. College graduate. Go, Maurice.
You still recording?
I'm sorry, I forgot that I was in charge of that.